So our first final of the evening is recurve women. You can see the distance from the shooting line to the target, 18 meters. And Steve, here's a look at what we have in store. Brackets on qualification rounds that get us to the gold medal match. And you can see for us in the final, it's going to be an all-Korean affair.
Yeah, Chang Hye Jin, Olympic gold medalist against one of her own teammates, Wi Nayeon.
32-year-old Chang Hye Jin with a resume so long it runs off the paper. And here come the athletes to the field of play. Our first archer, the one leading the way, is Chang Hye Jin. Recurve archery. If you're watching archery for the first time, this is Olympic-style archery that you will see later on this summer in the Olympics.
Yeah, Tokyo 2020 is going to show this. Probably going to show a couple of these ladies as well.
Korea, one of the top teams in the world, Steve, and we often see a multitude of Korean athletes that come out of Korea and shoot around the world, make it to these final matches.
Right, like we said, Chang Hye Jin, Olympic champion in Rio 2016, double gold medalist there actually. She won the individual and the team gold, and Korea as a team has pretty much been unstoppable in Olympic team competition. Her teammate here, Wi Nayeon, World Archery University Championships, team gold medalist, and just young archer at 25 years old, probably looking to crack into that top level of the Korean national team. It's real tough. They have an extremely deep talent pool. So archers that you'll see that are, third or fourth tier in the Korean national team are often would be some of the top archers elsewhere in the world and virtually any other country.
All right, Steve, so we're set for competition, 18 meters downrange at a 40-centimeter target face. They're shooting for the 10 ring, max points, and bam, right out of the box. Now, Steve, this is a set point scoring system. Tell us about it.
Right, so they're going to shoot 3 arrows each. At the end of that, whoever has the highest score will get 2 points. If they tie on score, they'll split it. They'll take 1 point each. First archer to 6 points wins the match.
And wins the gold medal and the title of World Series Indoor Finals champion.
Chang Hye Jin off to a good start with 2 10s. There's one from Miss Wi. Real important here to come out, get sighted in quickly. What I mean by that, they do use a sight aperture to aim with.
10, 10, 10.
When you go from one lighting to another, it can really change your point of impact. Chang Hye Jin, no issues there. She's got it dialed right from the get-go.
10.
That arrow does score a 10. Just caught the line. That's all you've got to do is just touch the line.
Now, Steve, the majority of time archers shoot either alone in practice or they shoot matches in a room full of other archers. But here in center stage in Las Vegas, this is an entirely different atmosphere, isn't it?
Right. We've got a few thousand people up behind you in a great arena here, South Point Casino. And like you said, typically the bulk of the arrows these people are shooting, no one's watching. Or maybe a few people, a few teammates or a coach. But it's a whole lot different game when you step into an arena with a few thousand screaming people who are excited to see the Indoor World Series Finals.
So on the scorecard for that particular end, and if you're joining us for the first time watching archery, every time we shoot a series of arrows, in this case it's 3, it's called an end. So after the first end of competition, it's Chang Hye Jin who scored 30 to Wi Nayeon's 28. So there were 2 9s and a 10 in that one. So like Steve Anderson explained, 2 set points for Chang Hye Jin, who ever gets to 6 first wins, unless we go.
Yeah, if we get to a 5-5 tie, then we'll see the always crowd favorite 1 arrow closest to the center shoot off.
Absolute madness.
And if they tie in that, then they do it again. And we've seen that a time or two here.
The 10 ring they're shooting for is a small 4 centimeters across, which is 1.57 inches. Or how about a silver dollar, a U.S. silver dollar?
Yep, for the American viewer, about the size of a silver dollar. Now, another interesting thing to note, part of the rules, the leading archer will always shoot second. So this allows the archer that's trailing to try to put good arrows in the middle, get out to a good score, and put pressure on the leading archer.
Wow.
Which Miss Wi is doing right here. 2 perfect shots right in the 10 ring.
Yeah, for sure. if it went to a one arrow shoot off closest to the center, that would have won it.
See, and that was a long shot by Miss Chang. If you watch their technique, their timing is very critical to how they shoot. So it's typically about 1 to 2 seconds at full draw, just like you saw there. On Chang Hye Jin's last arrow, she held a little bit longer than normal, maybe double or even triple her typical duration. See, that's a typical shot just off still. So now we're even, 2 points apiece.
Chang Hye Jin with a nice smile to her teammate Wi Nayeon. It looks like at this moment that we're going to have 2 2-point split, 2 set points apiece. Down at the target, we do have officials that will confirm the score, and occasionally in archery you're going to have a bit of an overturn compared to what we see with our binoculars or our spotting scopes down here.
Right, we've got a great TV crew going today, giving us a real good look at the targets, and those ones pretty darn clear. Wi Nayeon with 3 perfect arrows, and Chang had the 2 that were just off. So like I said, this is a set system, you know, you just move on at 2 to 2. Later on, we'll see some cumulative scoring matches that could mean a whole lot more when you drop 2 to your competitor's none.
So this is our first match of 4 for the evening here at the South Point Hotel and Casino. It's the Indoor Archery World Series Finals in Las Vegas. We have Recurve Women's followed by Recurve Men, and then we're going to have some compound competition coming at you a little later on in the broadcast.
So you see Miss Chang, she hit a little bit left. She's been consistently left. She reached up, moved her sight, help her get sighted in well. And we are back to original shooting order now that they are tied in score.
Now, Steve, let's talk about the recurve bow, because here you're holding, we talk about holding weight in archery. What is that? All
right, so as you see it right there, Chang is probably holding somewhere around 40 pounds on the finger. There's a 9 out to the left. That seems to be her miss right now. So typically the top level women's archers shoot anywhere from about a 38 to 42 pound draw weight. Top level recurve men, they'll be anywhere from about 45 to say 54. So there's a little bit of variance there, and just shooter preference or overall strength. But with a recurve bow, there's no mechanical advantage helping you when you achieve full draw. So they've got to pull through it. You'll see. We'll get to the clicker a little later. We'll explain that. Yeah. We got some awesome shooting going by Wi Nayeon.
So initially, in the first set of scoring, the first ends, it was Chang Hye Jin who came out swinging. 10-10-10 in her first, but since then it's been all Wi Nayeon.
Yeah, Wi Nayeon missed her first arrow and that was it. She has gone 8 for 8 since.
You can see the face, and you could see the adjustment on the sight that Steve was talking about just moments ago. And Steve, looking at the release, the very typical Korean style of the way to finish. Really, how important is it to follow through your shot?
Right, the Korean method, you see that big, heavy roll forward of the bow, right? That's their follow through. When you're looking to execute a good shot, you're always looking to push towards the target. So you want your bow arm, the arm that's holding the bow, driving the bow towards the target. And part of that follow through is going to help you achieve a better group left or right. So bad follow through will you know, you're not finishing the shot, so it's easy for any sort of left or right error to be magnified when you don't have good follow through.
Same thing in all sports, whether you have a good jump shot in basketball or a good follow through with a bat in baseball. So it's 4 to 2 set points. First to 6 wins it.
So Chang Hye Jin has to win or tie this set. She cannot. If Wi Nayeon wins this set, it's a done deal.
Shooting for gold in the Indoor Archery World Series Finals here in Las Vegas, Nevada. A culmination of 6 total events starting in Macau, People's Republic of China. We were in Luxembourg, Italy, Australia, France, and now in the U.S. And a good solid 10 points. And you can see the relief from Chang.
She's a lot different than a lot of the Korean archers. She shows a lot more emotion. And seems to have a really good spirit out there on the line. Wi Nayeon is keeping the hammer down, though. So right here, Chang Hye Jin can guarantee this match continues with a 10. And that's really the easiest way to make sure things go your way is to bring a big offense.
Great shooting.
So you're going to see Wi Nayeon at full draw. Right above her bow hand, there's a blue piece that clicked in. And we are at a tie there. That puts us at 5-3 total. So when I mentioned that clicker, these recurve archers, that's basically an indicator of when they achieve full draw. So as they draw the bow, when the arrow clears the clicker, it moves in, gives them an audible click, and that's when they know to release. If they were to pull further or not as far, they'd see a lot of horizontal vertical and horizontal spread on those shots. So if you're wondering what that little device is, that's called a clicker for a recurve.
And you can see it go off, and as soon as it goes off, that's the indication that the archer sends the arrow downrange. If you're just joining us, we are here at the Indoor Archery World Series Finals. Archers are shooting 18 meters or just shy of 20 yards, downrange at a 40-centimeter target face. Chang Hye Jin has 3 points to Wi Nayeon's 5. Chang needs to win this to tie it up, and if she does, we're going to a one-arrow shoot-off closest to the center, and that's no way to start it off.
No, not with the way Wi Nayeon is shot. Wi Nayeon opened this match with a 9. Since then has ran off 11 straight 10s, make that 12. She's really putting the pressure on her Korean national teammate.
32-year-old Chang Hye Jin.
10. She's hanging a little low, a little left. Might need to make that adjustment on her sight, but I don't see her reaching for anything. She's showing how she feels about the situation right now. That's the first one, so here we go. But it's very important to note.
She's laughing because, again, they're not used to shooting in front of a crowd that's this feisty.
Very important to note, though. Chang has to win this end. A tie isn't enough, so we needs a 10 to win right here. You see it on the scoreboard.
And she does it. And a gold medal for Wi Nayeon. What a way to fight off the advances of Chang Hye Jin. Incredible. Unbelievable, Steve. And in front of a crowd, it even broke her process, and you can see that she's kind of enjoying the crowd. As now we go down to the judges just to double check to make sure that this score is legit. And we all know, we've been here before, Steve, as we take a look, the confirmation coming in. And the thing I like, I've watched plenty of recurve archers, especially on the Korean team. You mentioned there's not often a lot of emotion, but I think the crowd injects a bunch of energy, and these two Korean archers enjoying their experience. And it's official now. It's Wi Nayeon from Korea who will take the gold medal. Chang Hye Jin the silver as our first match of the Indoor Archery World Series Finals. The recurve women's gold medal match done and dusted. Congratulations to Wi Nayeon.
A great performance from both. Thank you for the master class, ladies. We're just getting started here in Vegas because we're about to have ourselves another amazing match moments from now.
Crowd on hand. You can see some of the delegates from World Archery looking on, made the trip over from Europe, from Switzerland.
There's my boss man, Greg Easton there. Thankfully lets me come and do this a little bit too.
Replay of some of the great shots in this match.
You can see the face on Chang. She's having a good time.
She's having a good time. It's very rare that these archers get to shoot this competition once a year. This is the largest archery tournament in the world here in Las Vegas. For the Vegas shoot, as we insert this Indoor Archery World Series Finals here at South Point Hotel and Casino, and a sigh of relief when that 10 hit. Let's take a look at the final rankings to see how it all played out. So here they are, Steve, and you can see the way that they ended up qualifying in recurve women. And I'm going to tell you something. If this is what we're in for, this treat, the first match of the night, absolutely spectacular. As Wi Nayeon at the top, you can see Chang Hye Jin and Lena Richter from Germany, the final spot on the podium.